Hey there everybody, TheProfessorCloud here. This is the second video in my Dex Int based Battle Mage build guide. In this video we're going to be focusing on the Wheeping Peninsula. In the previous video we focused on Limgrave, getting started, understanding what the build actually was going to contain. But this one we're going to be focusing on picking up a number of items in the Wheeping Peninsula that will help this build along. So why don't we go ahead and jump right in. We're going to pick up from the South Lake Site of Grace and head right on into Wheeping Peninsula. Oh, that's right. I had done a couple of things at the end of the video just to get ourselves better prepared. I went and picked up some sacred tears and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and make a quick run to the Eagle Lake South Site of Grace. We'll head directly across the bridge, go into Wheeping Peninsula, and we'll do the standard items first, which is picking up the map piece, picking up the golden seed, and then from there we're going to head directly to the left in order to go and pick up the Somber Smithing Stone 2. After that, we're going to go pick up the Memory Stone that's in Wheeping Peninsula to allow us to get an extra spell slot. I'm just going to pick up Sites of Grace here along the way. And then after the Memory Stone, we're going to go ahead and head around to the other side of Wheeping Peninsula. And along the way, we're going to pick up some Sacred Tears, some Sites of Grace, but with the primary goal of picking up the Ambush Shard spell. So let's go first to go through here. Nice and simple. And of course we'll go pick up the Site of Grace over here next to the Merchant. Alright, now let me go ahead down here to pick up the map piece. Which again, presumably, you should know where that is, as you have played the game before. And then we'll head from there and go pick up the golden seed. Then go across the front. So what I'm going to do is stay at this distance, try to keep moving. And then this gives me some cover so that I don't accidentally get hit by the golem. But the key goal here is to get down to the beach. And we're going to go, and this is a little risky, but we want to get this item that's sitting out in the chair. And there we go. Now these guys will shoot, so you want to get behind cover as quickly as possible. And then we're going to head up this bank along the water and head towards the tower that's in the middle of the area. Now this tower can be gotten to from this direction, but you can also get to it from the Merchant and use the wind tunnel to get up on top of the ramparts, if you should so desire, and get there a little bit faster. Maybe you don't want to use the Somber Smithing Stone 2, but if you're going to upgrade the weaponry that I'm recommending, then you're going to still want to make sure that you do get access to that. So I'm just heading back around. I'm going to make it back to the merchant. I'm going to use the wind tunnel. That was close. He basically pre-shot me. So, up. Get up here to the ramparts. Now, there's nothing really here that you need. I'm just going to go ahead and get the stuff to be thorough. It's just a warming stone and then the great turtle shell. But the key factor here is we can then very easily just get right out and head directly to the tower. Now, the tower is very easy to deal with. You just need to kill, or not really kill, it's not really the right term, but find 3 turtles. But to instantiate it, you do have to examine. So one of them is right here in the bushes. One of them is right here in front of the entrance. And then the last one is back here to the right in the pond. But it is invisible, so you're going to have to pay attention to where it is. And there we go. So now we can go back and head in. Go to the top of the tower and pick up the memory stone. And the memory stone is automatic. The minute that you grab it, you get an additional spell slot. So it's that simple. Now, we can go back to the merchant's site of grace, the Castle Morn Rampart. We've gotten almost everything that we need out of Wheeping Peninsula. There is one spell that I want to make sure that we get. That's the Ambush Shard. I talked about this in the last video. This spell will help out with those melee enemies that use shields. It will provide a shard-like spell, magic missile style spell, that will actually go around behind them and hit them even when they have their shields up. Now, we all know that that's not necessarily a huge number of enemy types, but there definitely are some, Crucible Knights, for example, that can be extremely tough for magic users when, you're really relying on a lot of range. Even using, Carrion Slicer that we got in the Limgrave video, you're still going to have a hard time when they have their shields up. So I'm just going across the bridge and heading over to the other side of Wheeping Peninsula. And we're going to get ourselves to the Church of Pilgrimage, pick up that sacred tear, and then we'll head down the coastline to the Fourth Church America. And the Fourth Church America sits right over top of a set of ruins. And it's in those ruins that we're going to be able to get the Ambush Shard spell. And it's going to be fairly easy. There's no boss to kill. All you've got to do is just maneuver your way into the entrance. But you're going to have to do it using Torrent because the entire area is covered in poison. So, fun stuff. Okay. So, let's head on out. And we're just going to head right on down the coastline and head up there to that church. That's the Fourth Church America. It's also where everyone seems to find their first mausoleum. So we skip these ruins. These ruins don't have really anything tremendously important that I can recall. And then once you get past this building, as if you were going to go up to the Everjail that's up here on your right, you can just go right up the hill here, and there's this nice little gap that puts you out to the side so that you don't get attacked by the headless guards standing out in front. And we'll go get our sacred tear. Pick up the grace point. And there you go. Now, to get the ambush shard, you're going to want to drop down to those ruins. And then the entrance is right there in the middle. Now, it just so happens, apparently, that it is getting to be nighttime, so I'm going to go back and sit at the site of grace so that it's morning, so that we don't have to worry about bats. But the good thing is, all of the marionettes that are in this area, yeah, they can potentially attack you, but as long as you're on torrent and can get down those stairs, you should be good to go. So, let's go back and sit at the grace. We'll also make sure to use all of our sacred tears. Now, one of the last things that I did after the end of the video in Limgrave is I did go to the Third Church of America in Limgrave to get the Wondrous Physic Flask. And I bring that up because the last thing that we're going to do in this video is kill the Erdtree avatar in this area. So that we can get the bubble tier, which he gives you as soon as you kill him. Alright, so the entrance is right here. Just jump right over the wall. And open the door. There is no boss behind this door. And there's the ambush shard. Now, one thing, do not go up and talk to Sellen. Especially if you're doing any kind of a lore run. That will absolutely break quest lines. So do not do anything with the Sellen that's over there against the wall. Just grab the ambush shard and head on out. Now, I got unlucky because of the fact that I spent too much time down there, really, to be honest. And therefore, the marionettes came down and hit me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go grab this Site of Grace at the Isolated Merchant. And sit at it. I'm also going to readjust my flasks to be 2-4 instead of 3-3. So that I make sure that I have plenty of mana available to me when I go to fight the Erdtree Avatar. Now, there's two quick ways to get to the Erdtree Avatar. One is from the Church of Pilgrimage. You can go up almost directly up to the Erdtree Avatar, but when you do so, you're also then going to have to deal with all of his or her minions. What I prefer to do instead is go up the back way from here. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up this hill towards that tower, go behind the building so that I don't get attacked by the knights and magic users that are sitting on top of the buildings, and then I can head straight up to the back side of the Erdtree Avatar and go right up these rocks. Now all I've got to do is get around to the Erdtree Avatar. And I would highly recommend that you take out... I prefer to fight the Erdtree avatars on horseback. Now, if you prefer to do it on foot, have at it. I have seen, you know, many people who are more comfortable fighting it on horseback. I've also seen many people fight it on... fight it on foot. I hate having to deal with them. Alright, so when she does the stars, you don't really have to do anything special. Just keep moving. Yep, I knew I was going to get hit. Yeah, I got greedy there. Alright, I only need one more. There it is. So I'm very glad I did increase my magic flasks, or cerulean flasks, or otherwise I would have never been able to kill him. Or it, her, whatever. So the Opaline Bubble Tier is the one in particular that you need to kill this one for. And as a Battle Mage, as a Glass Cannon, as a magic user, this is going to probably be the most important tier for you to mix in your Wondrous Physic. From the beginning of the game, I mean, I use it all the way up to level 110. I'm still using it. Because, of course, as you get later in the game, they hit harder. And you're not going to have a lot of HP if you're putting all of your points into intelligence. So I made sure to get this very early on. The other one that I also made sure to get, and I'll talk about this later, is the intelligence tier. And those are the two that I am still running to this day at level 110 for my Battle Mage. So that's really all that there is for Wheeping Peninsula. There isn't really too much else here for magic users. There's a lot of good stuff, but that's really it for magic users. In the next video, we'll take a look at Caelid, and Caelid is where we will get our second really good spell, and our early game staff that'll hold you up through probably Renala or so. So hopefully I'll see you then. And as always, if you have been enjoying the content, please make sure to hit the subscribe. Please make sure to hit the like button. And I'll see you next time.